Hello, today is going to be a sales video, a sales challenge video if you like, because I am surrounded by things that someone somewhere may want. The trouble is, of course, most of what's here doesn't even belong to me, and it's not really benefiting me whatsoever. There's a caravan there that probably needs to go. Almost everything that's in the yard at the moment isn't actually mine. So what I need to do now to get in the landlord's good books is to sell some of my own stuff. This car here I have put up for sale and nobody wants it. So what we're going to do is start with Mrs. Doyle. Mrs. Doyle, a very, very nice Rover 416 Tourer. It wasn't for sale, but that didn't stop somebody from asking to buy it, and then somebody else asking to buy it, but it didn't happen. But I got my mindset to actually sell it because the opportunity of the money instead was there. So I'm going to start with this car. Due to a fire that was here the other day, this is absolutely covered in ash, so I'm going to have to give it a wash first. There we go, Mrs. Doyle, all vacuumed out, showing the lovely carpet that cleans up so nicely, and the headlining that isn't saggy. What a lovely car. Consider that advertised. Ooh. Gosh, 20 to 4. I make that lunchtime. If I sell Mrs. Doyle, that will help me out, but it would also give me the opportunity to come back to this car and do the wheel bearings on it and whatever else it needs. Or perhaps I should just sell this. What else can I sell? Well, I can't sell this because it's not mine. I can't sell that 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 because it's not mine. I don't want to sell this, but I would do, but it's not mine anyway. I can't sell that because that's not mine. I can't sell that because it's not mine. This, however, I've decided is mine. Not that I want it, but the only way this car can be paid for being here is for it to be mine. So I've kind of claimed it. It's been here for over a year. The chap who owns it hasn't been able to pay for it to be here or sell it. So and it is, besides being in bits everywhere, a very nice car. Very, very expensive car when it was new, and a very nice car afterwards. Although it is a bit of a mess. I could sell this Canoe though. Maybe I should. Thing is, I love having a canoe. I just think it's really cool. Having a canoe. You know, how many people have got a canoe? Well, I have. But am I ever going to use it? That's the thing. It's unlikely. I'd have to have all sorts of time that I haven't got at the moment. So, that's Mrs. Doyle, the Rover 416 automatic, and a Canoe. What else? It is summertime. What better car to have for the summer? And here we have it, a lovely little MGF called Allison, formerly known as something else, happily languishing about in the lockup, having its battery charged. It has trophy seats. It has a nicer steering wheel than it used to have. You know, I love this car. But if somebody wants to buy it, I'm just going to sell it. Sell, 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 sell the MG called Allison. If you were me. Now, thank you to all of those people who have replied and put comments in the previous video about this car. Because I said, I'm not going to feature it, I won't talk about it, so if you're upset by Audi, don't worry because you won't have to see it. But lots of people said, no, we want to see it. Lots of them. So for the one or two people that might get a bit like that about it, or whatever it is that do, I'm going to go with the majority. Because actually, I like the car. And there will be things happening with it. So, yeah, you will see it. You will see it after all. So thanks for that, people. So, selling my own cars. Well, how many do I need, really? Eh? How many? Lots of cars are for the wealthy, not for the not wealthy. So, I don't deserve it. Now, somebody said to me a while back that if you're dealing in cars, and in particular, a niche thing, you should be able to have something that you really like. Like what was Toby Charles or Mrs. Doyle. But that you can only really have it if you can afford it. And if you need to sell it just to keep going, then theoretically you can't afford it, can you? So there we go. Somebody may say, well, why not sell that Audi? Because after all, it's a big soulless generic German car. Yeah, I don't mind it. What I don't need though is an MGF, a 416 Touring, an MG ZS, and a Nigel. That's quite a few cars, isn't it? That's quite a few working cars that it doesn't really make sense for me to have them all, does it? No, what makes more sense is for me to be selling them all. I can't sell Nigel, obviously, because nobody in the right mind would buy it. Although, at this present moment, if you want to make an offer, stick it on the table. I can sell the MGF as much as I'd like to keep it, and I am going to sell the ZS 180 because I'd enjoy it and all that, but it doesn't float my boat quite as much as, well, the Mrs. Doyle does. Mrs. Doyle will probably be the one that sells, because that's the one I'd like to keep. And so, my day doesn't set off as a disaster because I have had these given to me, which could come in handy for either me or somebody else at some point. An inquiry on the Canoe, which is why it's tipped over so the underside can be seen. Getting back to Auntie Sophie, and Auntie Sophie's fuel tank has to come off. That means taking the wheel off. Hang on, that should be a different video, shouldn't it? Right, let's finish this one then. So, somebody's interested in the ZS that I haven't advertised. Nobody's interested in the F that I have advertised. Lots of people are interested in the Rover 416 Tourer, but no one can buy it. and the Canoe. Somebody's interested in that, but he hasn't got back to me. As usual, thank you very much for watching this video. Thank you for watching it all the way to the end. Thank you for pressing like, being a subscriber, and thank you for being a channel member. And I hope this video wasn't too all over the place. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.